What if I told you everything you learned about money is wrong? After reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, my entire thinking and mindset about wealth changed. I know you will also change after reading this book, and that is why I want to quickly share 7 most powerful lessons I learned from Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Let's dive in. So what is the first lesson I learned? Don't work for money. The rich do not work for money. They make money work for them. And so initially in your life, you might be hustling and trying to gather money. But once money comes in, make the money work for you. And so the rich will invest in stocks, they will invest in real estate, they will invest in crypto, and whatever it is that is an investment vehicle. And then they will allow that money to accumulate, to multiply for them. And secondly, don't be controlled by emotions. When it comes to money, you got to get a hold of your emotions. Otherwise, you will fall into what we call impulse buying. You will be controlled by your impulses. And so don't allow the emotions of fear, greed, whatever it is, to take charge of your life. Now, the third lesson I learned is that you should know the difference between an asset and a liability. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. And so strive to have assets more and less of liabilities. And in fact, the rich do not buy liabilities first. They first buy assets, and the assets bring in the money to buy liabilities. For instance, a rich man will first of all invest in a real estate project that he will rent out, and then the rent he will use to buy a luxurious item. So learn from that. Now, the next lesson is don't be financially illiterate. The fact that you are technically good, the fact that you are good in your profession, in your career, does not mean you are financially good. And so you got to commit to learning financial literacy. And this book is what I call the OG of financial literacy. And so get it and read it and learn. Now, the next lesson I learned is train your mind. Your mind is the biggest asset when it comes to wealth accumulation. And so train your mind to see opportunities. We do not see money making opportunities with our eyes. We see them with our mind. And so train your mind to see opportunities from afar. What people will not see, you will see. It comes from training the mind. There is a way to train the mind, and you have to train your mind to be focused, to see things other people do not see. Now, the next lesson is that use your assets to buy luxuries. I think I mentioned it when I talked about the difference between assets and liabilities. And so use your assets to buy luxuries. So for instance, if I wanted to buy a luxurious car now, I could say, okay, I have the money for the luxurious car, but I'm not going to buy it outrightly. I will first use the money to buy an asset. So for instance, I could buy a vehicle that they will use for Uber. And then whatever I make from the Uber, I'll then use to buy the luxurious car that I wanted to buy. So that is what we mean when we talk about use your assets to buy your luxuries. Now, the last lesson, but not the least, is that understand the power of giving. Giving is powerful when it comes to wealth creation, when it comes to accumulation of wealth. And so we need to learn how to give to other people. Charity, very important. And bonus point, read books. Read books, very powerful. Books will open your mind. They will make your mind to see things you ordinarily wouldn't see. And so read books. Commit to reading books. Like today, I bought books. I bought books today. You can't imagine. So books are powerful in the wealth generation equation. Thank you for watching. Do share this video with a friend and hit the subscribe button.